This is the Used Car Dealer Podcast.
Well, hello, Zach here, and we have a great guest on the podcast today, Chris Lentz, who's the CEO of AutoSweet. Chris, thanks so much for joining me on the podcast today.
Hey, thanks a lot. Really appreciate you having me.
So let's get started. And for those of us listening, talk about your previous experience as an auto industry entrepreneur before AutoSweet and how you got into the business.
Well, it's funny. I did my first automotive website in 1994. And I remember it being a little rough, but dealers were really trying to figure out how to take advantage of the audience that was growing on the internet. And then some of my dealer friends asked us to help. So at a high level, it's always been a core focus of mine. How can I help my customers solve problems? So we started there, building some websites, and then just kind of solved one problem after another. Question I had was, how do I get the right pricing and inventory on my website? So we built a DMS polling and inventory management system. And then I had a bunch of dealers, how do I handle these leads? And we built one of the first and best lead management systems in automotive, Web Control, which we grew to over 3,500 customers. And then, how do I get the photos distributed everywhere? We built a platform for DIY on-lot service and data distribution. And then finally, kind of where I'm at today with AutoSweet, businesses started saying, can you help me sell more, measure the results? So I built a marketing platform to put our dealers' products in front of a multitude of audiences on some of the most visited places in the US: Google, Facebook, Instagram, Craigslist, YouTube, OfferUp, the list goes on. And with our long history of DMS integration and ROI reporting, we built the AutoSweet Marketing Hub, and it utilizes that data to do better marketing and measuring for marketing effectiveness.
And what was the initial problem in the industry that led you to start AutoSweet after already having an exit, selling another auto software company?
Well, I started the Marketing Hub piece because I think dealers often spend too much money with kind of a spray and pray mentality or a do what my competitor does mindset. We really like to consult with our dealers and find out what their real objectives are and what their real budgets are. And we make sure that we're getting the most out of their marketing spend. So I really value and believe that our dealers value not wasting marketing dollars. So that was a big incentive for me.
So as we're battling an inventory crunch in the industry and getting out of the pandemic, what have you observed from dealers when it comes to the way they've changed their inventory marketing?
Well, a lot of marketing budgets have decreased, and with inventory levels being low, dealers seem hesitant to spend too much money. So our dealers still find that it's important to get their product in front of the consumers quickly, because the consumers are buying fast and they are paying a premium for the inventories that's available. So So my dealers are targeting their marketing budget to find the right low funnel opportunities. And they go for the right marketing channels. They're very targeted, and they make sure they get the most advertising for their dollar.
So how has Facebook grown over the last couple of years to become an important part of dealers' inventory marketing?
Well, first and foremost, I think Facebook, it's really the growth in their audience. They've given people a real reason to be on their platform daily. The US audience on Facebook is about 200 million, and there's another 170 million users on Instagram. People get their news there, they share their photos, they connect with groups that are important to them, and they interact with friends and family. I'm sure you do it, I do it. 73% of Facebook users log in daily, and that number jumped to 93% in 2020 for obvious reasons. I can't stress enough that you just need to be there. They've really grown that audience so much that you should always be there, and you should always find the right audience with your marketing. Automotive specifically, though, I think Facebook's automotive inventory ads, or AIA, with the in-app mobile experience, it's really just an easy and really the easiest way for a consumer to interact with a dealer. They've also focused on ways to find your audience. Your DMS or your CRM holds a ton of first-party data, and Facebook's built incredible targeting and sales attribution tools to help you take advantage of that data. you should really be targeting that audience and utilizing lookalike features to find consumers that are like those who buy from you normally. So that was a big thing that Facebook did. And they've also made it really super easy to retarget audiences. You retarget visitors with similar vehicles to vehicles that they actually visited on your website, which means they're more engaged, more likely to stay connected to your brand. With the normal buying cycle being about 90 days, re-engagement until the point of purchase is fundamental. It's a fundamental automotive strategy that Facebook's completely embraced.
So shifting gears a little, when it comes to Google AdWords, what are dealers missing out when it comes to running successful inventory marketing campaigns?
Well, I think a lot of small dealers are overspending. They don't really know what they're getting for what they spend. And the thing is, Google's the first place that many people go to search for everything. And we find that inventory specific searches drive traffic to the dealer's BDPs at a much lower cost than what most agency Google ads are hitting and running. So dealers need to challenge themselves or their agencies to find low funnel traffic that's less than the industry average on a cost per click basis and really less than $2 per click.
So for dealers listening, discuss the importance of joining an association or a 20 group or a group of dealers and how it could help them become successful.
Well, associations are there to help you as a dealership and provide you exposure to the best tools on the market and the best practices. They provide reports that help you gauge how you're performing compared to your industry and industry averages. They help you connect to dealers, kind of a nice social aspect to it, but really a learning aspect. They're trying to solve the same problem as you are. And so you get to talk to other people. I've been in business for 26 years, and I've always believed and lived by the idea that you don't find success without advice and help from others. So I highly encourage it.
So with dealers putting a lot of marketing spin, whether it's Facebook, AdWords, their reputation online is really important. Why is reputation management important for dealers, especially in today's marketplace?
Well, going back to my Google statement, that's the first place where people go to search for everything. And Facebook, that's where people are every single day. Google My Business is maybe the first exposure that a consumer has to your brand and your reputation scores. It's right there at the top. It's so easy to just click and review every review about your dealership as a consumer, the good and the bad and the ugly. Consumers don't buy bad products or buy from bad businesses. They trust the internet reviewers. So I say respond to your reviews, both positive and negative, and find ways to build your reputation.
So what are your predictions for the rest of 2021 and what's coming down the pipeline?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that dealers are going to have to contend with this year, besides inventory shortages and the economy, is Facebook's change to organic marketplace. Data feeds to the marketplace will cease on September 13th. While I can't speak to Facebook's reason for the change, even though we're Facebook partners, they don't really share that kind of stuff with us. I can say that individual dealers are regularly frustrated by organizations that post vehicles to Facebook Marketplace that don't actually have vehicles in the actual markets. So there's a lot of frustration about why is this group posted my vehicles here. So marketplaces are supposed to be local first. And I believe Facebook may be aligned with that idea. And so limiting the data feeds that some organizations took advantage of by oversaturating multiple markets, it makes the marketplace itself better for consumers. And that should always be Facebook's #1 priority, in my humble opinion. So I'm really glad they're doing this. And I think dealers should be excited about it too. I think they should continue when they're given the tool set to do so, post inventory selectively and take advantage of the paid promotional ads like AIA, so that they keep their active inventory in front of those consumers like you would on any other marketing outlet. I know with certainty that AIA ads perform well in the marketplace, and our dealers are finding tremendous success with it. And I can also say that since we also at AutoSweet help dealers post on Craigslist, we've seen this kind of change before. And from our experience, I can say that it's good for the community, which is really important because it keeps people coming there. And it's good for the dealers that market to that audience because they're going to get better consumers.
So how does AutoSweet uniquely help independent dealers succeed in today's market?
Well, like I said, for 25 years, I've been simply trying to help dealers solve problems. And AutoSweet can really help an independent dealer find effective marketing at the right price. We can market your inventory and your brand first. And our consultative approach ensures that you have someone that will meet with you regularly to adjust the changing marketplace. Things change all the time. The changing economy, we had a lot of contact with our dealerships during COVID that was really helpful. And we try to find the newest opportunities to help ensure your marketing is successful. So whatever's new, we're going to help you do it. We really make marketing your inventory easy. We measure its effectiveness, which you really don't get with a lot of partners. You shouldn't spend your time learning how to advertise on every platform. You should work with someone that has proven automotive marketing tools that meet your goals and objectives. And we have some really straightforward programs that can take the pain out of setting up these campaigns and measuring them. So if you'd like to learn more, check us out, autosweet.com. That's sweet, S-W-E-E-T, like candy, we always like to say. And if you're at NIIDA, we'll give you some candy while you're at the show. I promise you that. But we'll talk to our people about a free marketing plan or schedule a demo, and we can help you out.
Awesome. And yeah, it's exciting. We're finally going back to in-person conferences. You know, NIADA is going to be one of the first for the auto dealer community. So really appreciate you, Chris, joining the podcast today. And thanks so much for your insight.
Yeah, Zach, we're really excited to see our dealers again, too. So I know you are, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody there and at the remainder of the shows this year. It's been a complete pleasure, and thank you very much for the opportunity.